Good afternoon, everybody. I am the Cynic. I just wanted to put this video out really quickly to show everyone just how far social justice warriors and feminists are willing to go to silence their opposition. We all know that many feminists already use disagreements online to play the victim and garner sympathy for people calling them out on the bullshit they say. But they've finally taken it to the next level and tried to incarcerate a man for doing so. In 2012, Steph Guthrie and Heather Riley, two Toronto female political activists, charged Greg Elliott for harassment for the atrocious crime of disagreeing with him in Toronto, Canada. He was arrested, lost his job, and is now facing up to 6 months in jail should he be found guilty. Quote, "These are astonishing repercussions given that it's not alleged he ever threatened either women or any other, according to the testimony of the Toronto police officer, Detective Jeff Bingold, who was in charge, or that he ever sexually harassed them," unquote. So let any dispute about sexual threats or threats of any kind be cast out. Elliott has said he's done nothing to garner any kind of punitive measures from the government. And if he's absolved, which I think any rational human being would hope for, I hope he presses serious charges against these women for the emotional damages they have caused him. Quote, "In fact, Murphy said that contrary to what Guthrie and Riley testified to at the trial, they weren't afraid of his client, as suggested by both their spirited demeanor in the witness box and their deliberate online campaign to call Elliott out as a troll." To all this, Guthrie pointed out once in cross-examination that feelings of fear, keyword, feelings of fear, like all feelings, develop over time, and snapped that she was sorry she wasn't the perfect victim who behaved like a conventional victim. So what was the string of events that led up to this atom bomb of a trial, you may ask? Well, according to the nationalpost.com, he and Guthrie initially fought over his refusal to endorse her plan to, quote-unquote, sick the internet upon a young man in northern Ontario who had invented the violent video game where users could punch an image of a feminist video blogger named Anita Sarkeesian until the screen turned red. Guthrie tweeted at the time that she wanted the inventor's hatred on the internet to impact his real-life experience, and tweeted to prospective employers to warn them off the young man, and even sent the local newspaper in his town a link to the story about the game. Elliott disagreed with the tactic and tweeted he thought that shaming was every bit as vicious as the face punch game. I wouldn't say every bit as vicious. I'd call actually trying to influence someone's life and make them suffer for a video game is far more vicious than creating a video game online that doesn't really affect anything. But, that's just me. After this, it's presumed that Guthrie blocked him on Twitter and began her victimhood narrative campaign. But it appears that that wasn't enough for her. She wanted more. She wanted Elliott silenced from ever criticizing her again, and is willing to use the state to do it. It's finally happened, gentlemen. Feminists have finally gotten to the point where they are trying to make disagreeing with them and hurting their feelings to the point you scare them as a criminal offense. Playing victim and using their fear-mongering to play themselves up as emotionally traumatized darlings in duress who need Big Daddy White Knight government to come in and save them. Well, we all knew it was coming though, didn't we? Politically active, SJW-type feminists with weird glasses. What is up with those glasses? I'm sorry, it's just fucking what? Other people believe be silenced because their feelings were hurt. What's worse is that this could set a precedent for the rest of free speech on the internet, as quoted by the author. Ruling in Twitter harassment trial could have enormous fallout for free speech. What else could be labeled as free speech, as a harassment? What else could be labeled as harassment if speaking out against conspiracy to ruin the life of somebody who disagrees with you is considered harassment? Would my video be considered harassment? How about anyone who's ever done a commentary? Sargon of Akkad and Teal'c are definitely candidates. Who's to say? All I know is that if this judge does find these women guilty, then it's just further evidence that the Western world is falling into a pit of politically correct social ineptitude. But, if nothing else, at least it'll be a new addition for This Week in Stupid. Eh, Sargon? The ruling is projected to come out on October 6th, but I really hope this judge is just letting this story get some hype before coming out, laughing his ass off, and telling these two girls to quit wasting his time. Relevant links below. I'm the Cynic, everybody. Have a nice day.